Yo, Elliott.
Yo, so today we got a question from a bro who wants to know, yo, Elliott, how do you stay calm in a frustrating situation? Great question, bro. But first, you ought to know that my name's Elliott Hulse. I'm a strong man. I'm a strength coach. I've been making men strong here on YouTube since 2007, and you just stumbled upon my wisdom channel, where you ask questions about life, and I give you my insight. If you got a question, post it down below, and I might make you a video. So, question, yo, Elliott, how do I stay calm while facing anger in a conversation, and how can I be more aware of it? Well, I like the way you word that question, right? Like, so you have anger in the face of a conversation, but really what you need is awareness. And you're gonna notice that your breathing and body will tell the story. Before you actually go to a response in an angry way, there's a reaction that's unconscious that happens in the body. And man, like, if you can just create a space between the reaction in the body, which is totally spontaneous, you can't do anything about it, but you can be aware of it. You can create a space to then respond. You know the difference, right? Between a reaction and a response. A reaction is like, that happens spontaneously, right? Like somebody punches you and you just punch them back, right? Or somebody, or there's a loud noise and you do this shit. That's a reaction, right? Loud noise, right? That's a reaction, right? You didn't think anything about it, it just fucking happens. That's all unconscious. A response is something happens and then you have a moment, you're conscious, and then you give your response. You give something. And so between the reaction and the response, there's a place, there's a space. And in that space, you actually get to choose. I know it's hard. And sometimes you have to extend that space. You got to make that space longer. And that means, okay, my body just reacted. And everybody's body reacts very differently and at different times, but you got to notice that there's a reaction in the body. We become so detached from our body that we don't understand, we just don't even know that our body is talking to us. But your body will tell you everything about everything before your brain even gets it. That's called like a gut feeling, right? Or a hunch, or just, it's a reaction in the body. Spontaneity in the body. The body's intelligent. The body isn't always right, but the body's intelligent and sensitive, and it will tip you off to shit. And what you choose to do with that is totally up to you. So if you're in an angry conversation, you're in a conversation that's getting angry. And this takes a lot of self-control, and I'm not saying it like I have it. I don't. There are times when I'll tell you some stories. There are just times where I'm like, fuck it! I just go nuts. I literally feel it coming. And I'm like, I can't stop it. But if you pay attention, one of the first things you'll notice is somewhere in your body, there's going to be a sensation. Like for me, I feel fire come up from my belly, like hot. Like I don't know how else to describe it, but like a heat, right? Particularly like right down here. It's like if I go, like fire will come out, right? There's just a fire that comes in, right? And like it burns. It literally does. But I know where it is. I feel it right there. Also, like, your breathing will change. My breathing will change. It'll become more like in here. Right? As opposed to... So if you feel something in your body and you notice your breathing change, go back to the body and then change the breath. You'll feel different. You gotta understand something about feelings. You only have feelings because you have a body. To have a body is to have feelings. As a distinction between feeling and emotion, a feeling is just, it literally is like, it feels like something, you felt something, you feel something, you feel it. It's void of meaning. It's void of meaning. It only has meaning if we give it meaning, and then it becomes an emotion. And you could feel something and you could decide that I'm going to shift the meaning, right? And a lot of times because we're reactive, we don't even give it meaning. We just allow it to just hypnotize us and turn us into something, right? So the feeling then becomes an outburst or some kind of like weird convulsion or shout or acting crazy, which I've done. But an emotion means that like I can name it, I can spot it, and I can do something about it. I can counter it. Breathe, relax the body. And look, man, like, if you're anything like me, like you want to get your word in, right? Like somebody's saying some shit that's kind of fucking crazy, it's pissed you off, and you're like I'm not in that. Like the minute I heard you say that shit, I stopped listening, and I'm like, I'm waiting now. I'm waiting until you shut the fuck up so I can say what I want to say, right? And that means that you're actually not responding. You're just delaying your reaction. It's just a delayed reaction. Like, all right. Like I'm holding back. But when you're holding back, you're stifling down, you're biting down in your tongue and waiting, you're not actually in control. It's like the difference between like when my dog, if I got my dog on a leash and we have a lot of turtles around here, like other animals, like big birds, right? There's a lot of big tropical birds. If I got my dog on the leash and the bird is over there and my dog is like trying to go after the bird, and I'm trying to hold him back. I'm not in control of that dog. I'm just restraining him, right? He wants to pull. He's pulling, and he might be pulling me. And I got the dog on a leash. That's how you like. If you're holding your emotions back, that's what it's like. It's like a dog on a leash, but it's like yanking on the owner. But sometimes I'll see the bird or something, and before we even get to the his ears pop up, and I'll be like, "Fool, we leave it." Right? So like I preemptively, I saw the bird, I see him, like he wants to go chase that fucking bird. So I was giving him a little pop, right? That's what you do when you got a crazy ass Malinois like I got, right? I got two of them. And you know, they got little sharp things over here. Like, give him a little yank. I'm like, pow, leave it. I tell him, leave it right away. And he's like, oh, okay. All right. So we could walk right by the bird. We could walk right by the turtle. And he'll want to do something, but he's not pulling. Because I already told him, leave that shit, leave it. And so he's actually in control. So if you feel the emotion come up and you say, leave it, right? Like a stupid dog, leave it. It's going to be cool. You're actually going to be calm. Like my dog, he's calm when I'm walking by him, right? And so that's the animal part of our being. We got, I'm not saying we're animals, but we are. We're made from the dust. We might be made in the likeness and image of God, but he formed us from the fucking dust. So, that's a dusty part of you. And the dusty part of you is powerful, it's beautiful, it's sexual, it's energetic, it's got like primal intelligence and intuition. But your conscious self, your ego, there's a reason why you have an ego. You need an ego. If you don't have an ego, you'll be like schizoid. You'll just be like an open system, and like everything and everyone, every energy that comes into your environment will be batting you around like a ping pong ball. You need an ego to say, okay, breathe, relax, that's stupid, let it go, right? Fooey, leave it alone. So that's it, that's all, dude. Like, you nailed it when you said be aware. Be aware and then shift. See it and then shift, and you'll be in control, dude. Done.